I can't stop this feeling deep inside of me. Girl, you just don't realize what you do to me. When you hold me in your arms so tight, you let me know everything's alright. I'm hooked on a feeling.
Dreidel spinning around. How do you not dizzy and fall down? Is that what happens when you feel the sound? But if that was me, I would be on the ground. I would not get up, I would dance on my back, throw my legs up in the air like I don't care, and wave them from side to side. Then I bust into a windmill, then right into a backspin. Freaker, right by the speaker, never seem to get enough. Priceless expression when space is possession. Like yeah, that's the stuff. Electro, stereo, phone, calling for the live down the road. It's good in the day, I like it that way, but it's perfectly normal at night.
In other news, global warming's in the spotlight. Just recently, top NASA climatologist James Hansen claimed the Bush administration tried to silence his findings on the subject. 2005 saw record temperatures, and greenhouse gas emissions are on the rise.
Are you kidding me?
Ice is melting in Greenland, and sea levels are expected to rise significantly within the coming century.
Leading causes of global warming. Senator James Inhofe, a Republican from Oklahoma, led the opposition. He's quoted here as even referring to global warming as a hoax. The statement was based on data gathered by the work of John Christie, a professor of the Earth System Science Center. Christie argues that global warming is not a problem worth worrying about. He is stated as saying, if dealing with climate change causes wealthy countries to lose wealth because of higher costs for energy, then the third world would find itself in worse shape. He even goes...
Mia!
Demonstrate, I was raised from the start.
Who are you?
I'm Derek here from KRIN 96.5, the kind of really important news channel. Seems you weren't listening to me before. Global warming is really kind of important.
Huh?
Hop on, we've got a lot to cover. Cowabunga! Okay, so right now you're riding on a carbon dioxide molecule. CO2 is one of the 5 naturally occurring greenhouse gases. These gases trap heat in the atmosphere, which is great because otherwise Earth would be pretty chilly. However, human activity has increased the concentrations of greenhouse gases significantly in the past 50 years. The CO2 concentration has increased by 35%. This, along with other factors, has contributed to an average increase in temperature of 1 degree Fahrenheit.
1 degree doesn't sound so bad.
Trust me, it's bad. I said an average increase. That means some areas are getting warmer and some are getting cooler. Along with the temperature increase, some areas are becoming drier and some wetter. Things are basically just getting thrown out of whack.
Huh.
The ocean is a great place to see the changes. First stop, the Arctic Circle.
Hello there. What brings you to these parts?
That's a funny story.
I see. Well, I'd love to talk, but I've got a long swim ahead of me. Ever since the ice started melting, I've had to swim tons of extra miles to get back to the shore.
Really?
You see, as the ice melts, it exposes more open ocean, and the open ocean absorbs more heat instead of reflecting it like ice does. The more the ice melts, the warmer the ocean gets, and the warmer the ocean gets, the less ice can form.
That sounds like a bad deal.
It really is. It makes it much harder to find food, too. Check this out. My before and after picture. I've gone down 3 sizes.
Wow.
Anyway, I'd better get going.
Bye.
So, what do you think now?
This is worse than I thought.
Yeah, it is. I think you should see a different part of the ocean. Let's take a look at a coral reef.
Of the wonder that is ocean diversity. To your right, you will see coral, and to your left, more coral. There's also many fish, such as myself, that populate the area. Did you know... Hey, where's the rest of the group?
Oh, I'm not part of a tour group.
Oh.
Wait, I'd still like to hear what you have to say. I'm trying to understand this global climate change stuff.
Ah, yes, climate change, if that's what you're interested in. I'll just skip the rosy tour stuff. The fact is, I might have to move soon. See that?
Yeah?
That's... dead. I'm sorry. That's where I took Cheryl, my wife, on our first date. Cheryl, honey, come say hi.
Has Herb been telling you about Larry?
Who's Larry?
You mean, who was Larry?
I see. What happened?
Well, when the ocean warmed up, the algae, which engage in a symbiotic relationship with coral, just couldn't take it. They just disappeared and the coral bleached, which is to say the coral's white exoskeleton is...
She means it dies!
All right already, Herb. Why don't you go gather your emotions at the bubble bar? Here's the deal. If the coral dies, so do we. The coral is literally the base of the reef. Without it, we're in big trouble. We depend on it. If the ocean temperatures continue to rise, it could completely wipe out the coral. Since so many animals live in the reef, the death of the coral would result in a serious dip in ocean species richness.
Cheryl, they're having a 2-for-1 sale on bubble tea. You gotta come check this out.
Uh-oh, I've got to get going.
Thanks for the information.
No problem.
How'd it go?
It was definitely interesting. I'm still not sure I completely understand how this climate change stuff affects everything else, though.
Oh, man. Okay, I think it's time for you to see the tide pools.
Phew. Is it hot in here? Is it just me?
Nah, man. My heart's going 90 miles a minute. I'm boiling.
Ah! Bleh.
Eugene! Oh no! He's had a heart attack!
Oh my God.
What are you looking at? Can't you see we're having a crisis here?
I was just interested in learning a little bit about global climate change, and my guide told me to come here.
Oh, don't even get me started on climate change. It might put my heart rate up a notch. It makes me so mad.
You'll have to excuse Carl. He's a little edgy since we're living on the threshold of our ecological niche. Basically, if it gets just a little bit warmer, we start dropping dead.
Oh, Eugene! Why?
Yeah, our hearts just can't take the heat. Quite honestly, this place is starting to feel more like Southern California than Northern California.
Hey guys, what's up?
Excuse me, who are you?
Hey, chill out. No need to get aggressive. I just came here from LA since this water warmed up.
I think you'd better get out of here. There's gonna be a showdown. I can't let this guy get away with this unwanted occupation. I've gotta look out for the native species. Get ready to rumble, snail.
Are you starting to understand how a small change can affect lots of species?
Yeah, I think so. The native species can adapt to the changing conditions, and then other species move in and change the whole dynamic of the ecosystem. But I still don't understand why that change is so bad on a global level.
Well, we've got one more stop, and I think this one might clear things up. Welcome to the Gulf of Mexico.
Oh my god, is that a...
It is. While the number of hurricanes worldwide hasn't increased significantly, the intensity has. There have been more Category 4 and 5 hurricanes in the past 30 years than before.
And all that's because of global climate change?
Yeah, but it's not that simple. We're finding out that the Earth's systems are more sensitive to change than we thought. I mean, you can see the enormous effect a small increase in temperature has on the tide pool crabs. The Earth has all these systems set up that go through natural cycles, and now we've introduced the human element. Before the Industrial Revolution, climate change occurred, of course. It was even rapid climate change. I mean, that's how ice ages happened. The rapid onset was a part of the Earth's self-regulating mechanism.
So if the Earth's done it before, why not again? Maybe things will work out like they have in the past.
Maybe they will. The catch is that we don't know how the Earth will do it this time. There could be an ice age, or there could be something else. We just don't know.
So what can I do?
We need to work on reducing CO2 emissions with the hope of at least not making things worse.
Can't do all that by myself.
Yeah, it would require a big lifestyle change for a lot of people, and that doesn't happen overnight, I know. I can't tell you what to do. After all, I am an imaginary radio host. Just remember that it's hard to change a habit instantly. Sometimes you have to take small steps.